12.5 minutes to play. Dumped in by Phil Russell, who scored a shorthanded goal, loose puck. Digla in front, banged it by Kelly. As Edwards was out of the net, the Hawks had a glorious chance there. Out the right side. Cleared by Cleveland. Pierre Plante ahead to Digla, who had that super chance, and then Kelly right after him. Russell from center ice fires on Edwards, who turned that aside. No, it got up here with Lou Angotti. Play underway in the now the 9th minute of this third period. A Hawk lead of 5-0. They came into the final period leading 2-0. Here's an offside stoppage on play at the Chicago line. With that shorthanded goal by Russell, no club in the NHL now, Lou, has not scored at least once while shorthanded.
The St. Louis Blues were the only other team that I was aware of that hadn't scored a shorthanded goal this year, Ron, and
might just check on that. I may stand corrected. It appears that, yes, that is right. St. Louis still has not scored. I thought Detroit was the other one, but no, they have one. Reed Larson, as a matter of fact, had that shorthanded goal. He and the Red Wings here on Saturday night. One of the rare Saturday night games at Chicago Stadium at 7:30. We've got 11:15 left in this one in front of a sparse crowd on a very stormy night in Chicago. Dumped in by Puck then wide of the Chicago net. Kelly on the boards against Murdoch. Russell has to hustle back. Swings away from McKechnie, pass to Magnuson. Collision with Holt running into Degla. The puck ended up in the Cleveland zone, and the Hawks are offside. As play is whistled down with 10 minutes and 52 seconds remaining.
I was happy to see Alain Degla score that goal there, his second goal of the year, and has had a number of good scoring opportunities all year long, and now Bob Pulford is giving him a chance to get some regular duty, and he's certainly showing that he deserves the opportunity to play, playing a well-executed game here tonight.
Dale Talon moves in behind his own net with a puck. Bolderev swept by. He kept it out to Doug Wilson, up the middle to Mulvey. Crosses center ice, drives it in wide of the net. Stopped behind by Gary Edwards. 10.5 minutes remaining, 5-0 Chicago. Loose puck on the boards. Bolderev gets to it. His pass deflected. Here's a race up the ice with Smith picking it up. Cross the Chicago line. Drop pass. Hit Bolderev's skate. Recovered by Mulvey on the left side. Hard collision with Randy Holt. The puck recovered by Arneson. Arneson to his off wing there. Shot it over to the open side. Another collision and a hard drive by Holt. Turned aside by Esposito. A loose puck in the circle. And Bolderev dumped it out of there. Bob Kelly was shaken up with a Cleveland player in a hard collision that we mentioned. I lost his identity. Both have now gone to their benches. Over the left boards, Bully could not control a pass. Arneson recovered, sent it back to Holt, who has tried hard here against his former teammates, trying to get the Cleveland Barons going. Has it on a pass from O'Brien up over the Hawk blue line. Squeezed by Wilson. Pass to the slot. Off Arneson's stick. Bolderev heading back with Mulvey. And is checked to the ice by Marouk. Now Arneson turns from his own line, winds up, shoots a high hot one that Esposito came well out of the crease to glove. Over to Marks, down the boards to throw here at the right side. He rolled one up the ice, racing back for Panarin. There'll be no icing on that. 9:10 to play. The Hawks with a lead of 5-0. Get a recap on those when we get a next play stoppage. Murray from center ice, a long slider, turned aside by Edwards. Stewart of the Barons, flipped it out into center ice. Logan blocked it right at the line and sent a rainbow shot arcing back into the Cleveland corner. Carl and O'Brien colliding in there. Parisi got to the puck. Nikita trying to tie him up. Loose for Stewart. Over to O'Brien here at the left side. Up the boards to Marouk. Bothered by Murray. Turning with a shot. Coral. Send it behind the Cleveland net. Stewart of the Bears with it there. 8.5 minutes to play. Out the left side to Parisi. A pass picked off at center ice by John Marks. Over to Coral. Can't reach it. Recovered by Parisi. Parisi to Maneri. In across the Chicago line. Moving in against him is Logan and ties him up. Taken behind the net by Murray. Almost stumbled there with Marouk right on top of him. Now it's a little scuffle there with Maneri and Logan. A right wing pass to Coral. Up across the Cleveland line. Into the corner against O'Brien. Goes behind the net. O'Brien tied him up and Stewart got the puck. Banks the pass to Parisi near the blue line. We've got less than 8 minutes to play. to the Chicago line. In across it, over to Maruk, across to Maneri, and it's deflected away. Coral comes out, collides with Maruk. Makita got the puck, tried to step around, was hauled to the ice by Smith. And they still battle just inside that Cleveland line. It is jammed out of there. Loose puck in the center ice area. Russell gets to it and slaps it in. And Wally Harris had to get out of the way quickly there on that hard slapper by Phil Russell. Parisi shot it behind his own net. A long, sustained period of play here with no rink-wide pass in his own zone for Maneri. Lead pass intercepted by Daglin. Center ice has been changes moving right along here. 5-0 Chicago. Russell sends it in. Bordelot sped to the corner to get it centered in front. It went to the line. Russell fires from there, kicked out. And Rhoda and Daglin just failing to pick it up. Maruk has it from Maneri. The center ice lines up. A hard ripping shot. Glove stopped by Esposito. More changes coming over the board. A 5-0 Chicago lead. Trying to pick up a 6th win here in their last 9 starts. In a span of time, they have lost only 1 in their previous 8 games. Dumped up the ice by McAdam. Back for it, Russell. Goes in behind his own net. Steps by one, checked by McKechnie. Fed it out to Rhoda. Lead pass for Bordelot. Turned around and is put to center ice by McKechnie for Ruddy. Less than 6 minutes to play. The puck behind the Cleveland net. Holt chased to the corner by Kelly. They tie each other up. McAdam gets to the loose puck, clicks it into center ice. Cut off there by Doug Wilson. Slapped loose by Murdoch. Here comes McAdam with McKechnie closing. The shot! Nice save by Esposito. That's McAdam elected to pull the trigger from just in front. Dagler right back the other way and across the blue line, broken up by McKechnie. McAdam heading back, McKechnie trailing with Murdoch. Dropping it to McKechnie, the screen drive wide of the left post. 5:22 remaining. Dagler slamming into McAdam. McKechnie got the loose puck behind the net. Wilson ties him up. They jam on the backboards there. Knocked loose, centered by Murdoch. Interception by Talon. Nice move by Fittler, the Boston native. Talon to the line. Moves it over to Kelly. Interception by Fiddler, who got back to make a nice defensive play. Bolderev in the corner to Pierre Plante. Tied up there in the side by O'Brien. In moves Bolderev, centered for Kelly. Swept it toward the net and heads for a change. In behind his own net now Smith. Smith starts out at center ice. Hits the red line. Up to the Chicago blue line. Into the corner. Shoots. Glove save. Esposito holding to stop the play with 4:42 left. 5-0 Chicago. About 20 feet out wide of the Chicago net. Arneson trying to center. It is tied up by Esposito outside the left post as play is whistled with 4:16 left.
Well, we got 5 Chicago Blackhawks goals. 2 came in the first period. Ivan Bolderev his 18th and Stan Mikita his 6th. Then in the third period, John Marks his 7th. Alain Dagla his 2nd. And Phil Russell his 5th. A short-handed goal. The first short-handed goal of the season for the Chicago Blackhawks. So with 4:16 left here in the third period, the Chicago Blackhawks holding a commanding lead over the Cleveland Barons, 5-0. We'll have Stan Mikita facing off against Dennis Rook to the left of Tony Esposito.
And the fans probably focusing their attention more now on how they will get home tonight here from the snowbound Chicago area. Mikita way to center ice, up across the line pass for Marks, and he was just in there a touch ahead of the play. There is 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. On your way home, you can, or if you are at home.
Officials filling in here for the regular officials who are left in Colorado, but they're doing an outstanding job.
From the face-off here, and we get a shot from the line. It hit Coral and angled back to the Cleveland blue line. Holt has it there. Marks in pursuit of him. Chased him behind the net. Lead pass cut by Maneri. The shot by Russell. Steamed past Edwards. Outstretched left skate. Maneri heading back, lines up the shot, but it was offside as Parisi was turned around by Coral. And, you know, coming into tonight's game, that line, Lou had 17 points in the last 4 games.
Well, and I think so far here tonight, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got another 5 points for Mikita and Coral and John Marks. That line is really playing well together. A good move on the part of Bob Pulford, putting them back together again. But, it's the Stan Mikita, he just seems to, once he gets himself going, because as I mentioned before, Ron, John Marks and Cliff are up and down wingers, and once Stan got that flow of his going, which he's got it going real good now, that those three are going to play real well together the rest of the year.
He's quite a quarterback out there. Smith in a hard collision with Magnuson, who blocked the shot off the Chicago blue line. 3:15 remaining here in this one. Stewart for the Barons, pumping it in off the boards. Magnuson went behind the net with McKechnie in pursuit. Sent it by a check on the left side. McAdam to Plante. Degla breaking quickly. In they come over the line and go down heavily on the ice. Degla underneath. Plante is getting up, however, despite that solid collision there. They're tying it up in front of the Chicago bench. Kicked loose by Magnuson. Stewart fired it into the Chicago corner. And Degla stays out there. Boy, he was really thumped hard there with Pierre Plante down on top of him. Degla tripped coming out of his own zone. He's up and down like a rubber ball right now. And play is whistled down. 2:36 remaining.
Poor Alain there. Things haven't been going right for him. I think everything will compensate for the fact that he got a goal tonight. Maybe those bruises that he'll have later on tonight won't feel so bad, but Bobby Pulford now is making a line change out there, sending Ivan Bolderev out with Ted Bowie and Grant Mobley, Dougie Wilson, and Dale Talon on defense. And we got Dave Gardner out there with Fiddler's back out there on the left side with Arneson. So we're going to get a complete line change.
Well, make plans to bring the entire family out. Two big Hawks.
That team just seemed to give them a lot of confidence, and they've been carrying it on ever since.
Dave Gardner, Ivan Bolderev, that dropped the top of the circle. It went to the corner. Wilson to Talon. To Bolderev, he managed to steer it away, could not pick up the pass. O'Brien and Potvin work it back and forth right on the Cleveland blue line. Lead pass Fiddler, the Boston boy, breaking but covered by Wilson. It'll be an icing stoppage. 2:18 to play. Time for this message.
The Philadelphia Flyers will be coming in and down next Wednesday, and we were talking about how the Blackhawks seem to build so much confidence after that game. The Philadelphia Flyers are the kind of team that can give you confidence and take it away in a real hurry.
Mulvey fired wide from that faceoff. That's why you heard the crowd ooh on that shot. Yes, they can. Will be very interesting here next Wednesday night. Detroit in first, though, Saturday night. Mulvey barging down the boards, collided with O'Brien, lost the puck. It is recovered by Talon. Less than 2 minutes to play. Sneaks in across the line. Fired it behind the net. Edwards cut it off in front of Mulvey, who took it right off. Potvin comes out from the side. In front, Mulvey fires. It was tipped by O'Brien. Glove by Gary Edwards. Play whistle now. Looking ahead to lone Friday night action. Tomorrow, Boston is in to Washington. So all you Washington area fans, be sure to come out and see the Caps drawing great crowds. And last night coming within 2 seconds of picking up a victory. On Saturday night, the Rangers will be at the Islanders, the Philly Flyers at Colorado, Toronto at Atlanta, Los Angeles at Montreal, Buffalo at Pittsburgh, St. Louis at Vancouver, Cleveland at Minnesota, and here at Chicago, it will be the Detroit Red Wings. Randy Holt in his own zone lead pass for Parisi, couldn't reach it. Shot back to center ice by Bob Murray. 1:25 to play in the center ice area. Dumped in by Holt. This will be icing when Coral gets Holt and Smith. Off of Holt's stick. Got there quickly, ducked away from Makita, went behind the net with 1 minute to play right now. Coral blocked it at the line with Parisi. And 4 seconds after that, we get the announcement there is now 56 seconds remaining. Shot in wide of the Chicago net. Marks behind the goal. Got it to Murray. Murray's lead pass, Makita. Directing traffic out there. He was actually looking back at his own zone. Steered it to Logan. Logan to Marks. It deflected. Coral got it. Backhanded it in across the line. Smith of Cleveland ahead to Marouk. Spun around. Shot it into the Chicago zone. There's a half minute left. A lead pass, Logan to Marks. Down the boards. Rolled it slowly behind the net. Trying to kill off the remaining 20 seconds now. McKechnie has it. The Hawks wrapping up. Another victory here. Russell at center ice knocked down the clearing pass, and now Tony Esposito is 9 seconds away from his 62nd career shutout. Here comes Murdoch to center ice, up to the Chicago line, stepping in, knocked down as he went for the shot. The game is over. And a last-second burst by Murdoch, denied as he was knocked down, and the Hawks surround Tony Esposito, who records his 4th shutout of the season, his 62nd lifetime. 6th of the year. The other two by Mike Pfizer, who is recuperating in hospital. The Hawks with a 5-0 victory. We'll be back with Lou Angotti to recap tonight's game.